bought the Green Cities DLC, so let's start and build a new city. I think this Eden map or Garden Rivers. I'm not sure which one. I don't know which looks good. Maybe this one, the Eden Valley. Let's try that. I think we'll just keep everything as defaults. I don't particularly like the night and day cycle because sometimes I want to build at night and I can't see. Oh, so if we turn on any of these options, they're cheats. They turn off the what do you call those trophies. Alright, we'll just keep everything as default and let's start the game. Loading, loading, loading. Alright, what does it say? Let's start by building some roads and zoning areas.
I'm Panamasculine, and you're listening to Mars Official Radio, your reliable source for the music you love.
Okay, so these are just general help screen stuff. I'm gonna change the radio to the default City Skylines radio station. Alright, so this is our brand new city. Oh no. We have an interesting landscape here. So not all of it will be zonable. Alright, so let's start by extending this highway entrance on both sides. Alright, that sounds good. And then maybe for future growth, we're gonna have this middle section. Or we're gonna reserve that for the middle section for future growth. Looks like I think we need to build our city towards the water. Because we're gonna need water source supply. Fresh water source supply. So let's extend this out all the way like this. Things already don't look leveled. Oh, right. Because of the way the highway is. Oh well, that's okay. So we're gonna build... Which way is the water flowing? So the water's flowing that way. So we're gonna want our fresh water source, you know, upstream. And then our sewage water drain pipe, you know, more downstream to that. We're gonna build them close to each other so that when we put our power supply, which will be this wind turbine, it will hopefully touch both the water pump and the water drain, so that you only need one power supply to power both of them. Let's go ahead and connect the pipes together. Perfect. And what we're gonna do is zone commercial, residential and industrial zone on this side, just so we can populate the map for now on the left side of the road, of the main entrance here. So in fact, let's do that. Let's do let's put some grids. Just need some measurements. I think we'll do 1,000 maybe. Let's go ahead and zone this to be the industrial zone. Oh, actually, no. Let's zone this part to be the industrial zone, and this part to be the commercial zone, and then this part to be the residential zone. Let's go run the water pipes through all of these zones. For now, I'm just gonna run them right through the middle like this. Perfect. And it doesn't actually matter whether you connect the pipe through the sewage water drain pipe or the freshwater pump. It's all gonna work the same way. Meaning you're gonna get water one way or another through these zones here. So we're running the game now. There's no electricity, so we need to run power lines through our new zones. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna run them around the sides here. Let's see, what does our city need to prosper? Let's speed up the game a little bit. There we go. We're seeing some things now pop up. So we got water, we have electricity. I think that's a good starting point. Tiny little city with a population of 16. Let's give it some time and let it run for a little bit. Not much we can do right now. Our city is really small. Oh, look at that. It's our very first residential area. Let the game run for a little bit and alright, looks like we need some power there. Let's go ahead and extend this down. Look at that, our commercial zone is getting built up as well as our industrial zone, so that's awesome. So you can see some people moving into our city. Oh, so cool. Alright, looks like we're gonna need more residential area. I'm tempted to build a residential area on the right side there. Alright, looks like we're gonna need more residential area. I'm tempted to... Let's go ahead and run some pipes through so that we can get water in our brand new residential area here. And let's go ahead and run some power lines to our brand new residential area on this side of the map. Awesome. Alright, so this is our brand new starting city. We're starting out pretty small, but we'll develop our city to a large city over time, probably through a course of several live streams. Uh-oh, I think we've exceeded our electrical capacity. We have. So let's go ahead and create more wind turbine. And so when you put down the wind turbine, although you can place them anywhere on the map, it's actually better to place them near the river or the ocean, because they get more wind that way, so you get more electrical output that way. I actually really hate the way these electrical lines look, so I think I might demolish some of them. So let's extend that going across that way, so we don't need this anymore. Okay, perfect. So it looks like we need more residential zones, so let's go ahead and zone some more residentials. I think I'm gonna start building up the residential zones on the right side here. We're gonna need more water though. Try not to overlap the pipes too much to save a little bit on cost. I think that's probably good. So there's our city. Wow, it's building up pretty good. Look at that. Pretty cool. Alright, so it's our first milestone. Let's see. So we need to have 440 population. We only have 290 at the moment. And that will unlock garbage, healthcare, and education. Okay, perfect. Looks like the computer still wants more residential zones. Let's go ahead and build this out. And maybe we will zone some residential zones here. There we go. So let's keep an eye on our traffic flow at 95%. Okay. Alright, looks like we're gonna need a little bit of industrial zones now. Let's give our citizens some jobs. Awesome, we met our first milestone, so we are a little hamlet now. So we're definitely gonna need to build some garbage services like a landfill. For healthcare, obviously some clinic, and education, of course, we're gonna need to build some schools. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's build a garbage or a landfill, maybe on the edge of the industrial zone, since industrial zones tend to create a lot of garbage, so it would be perfect to just have it right next to it. Of course, we also need to build a clinic so that our citizens, when they get sick, they'll have somewhere to go. And very importantly, you need to build some schools very early on in the game, because we want our population to be highly educated, A highly educated population produces less garbage, and garbage tends to be a problem as your city grows, so we definitely want to address that, even though it's still very earlier on in the game here. Oh, it's so peaceful. I just love it. It's so cool. So we're doing pretty good. Looks like we need to build more residential zones, so let's go ahead and zone some more residentials. I'm thinking we should extend to the right a little bit here. Our terrain is not quite level. Oh, we don't have enough money. That's okay. You always start out in this game kind of poor. We could get a loan, which is probably a good idea actually. So if you want to get a loan, you go to the economy area here and go. There's a loan tab here, so we can get a 21,000 loan. So let's go ahead and take that. It looks like we might be running out of power. Yep. Let's go ahead and build more wind turbine. And again, you want to place these near the shore where you can get more wind, so they'll generate more electricity. So we are actually yes, so we're out of money, but we go ahead and got a loan, so let's go ahead and zone more residential zones. And so if you've never played City Skylines before, you obviously have 3 zones. You have your residential zone, commercial zone, and industrial zone. And you definitely want to keep your residential zones, which is where people live, away from your industrial zones, which is where your factories are at. So typically, in the early part of the game, what I normally do is I would zone the industrial zone on one side, and then the residential zones on the other side, and then build the commercial zones in between them to kind of serve as a buffer. So this is our brand new city. It's starting to spring up. Oh, we need more water. We need to extend our pipes. So again, as you lay out your pipes, kind of lay them out judiciously and try not to overlap them too much, because you do pay a small amount of money for each section of water piping that you lay down. So just think about that. They add up over time. So let's go ahead and build more residential zones here. Looks like it's in high demand. And if you're looking at the upper on the lower right corner with the green bar graph, that's basically the computer telling you what the demand is for your city, what you should build. So really I need to build a whole lot more residential zones, it seems like. So let's go ahead and build some more. And if you notice, I'm building my blocks as I lay them out with a construction cost of 400. And each block length is about 1,000. That's just personal preference. You don't have to build your blocks that way. Awesome. Let's build quite a bit more residential zones, and that's probably a good enough residential zones for now. Let's see our electrical capacity. Looks like we're at 18 megawatts, and we're producing 23 megawatts, so we're still okay. So if you're joining us, and hey, here we go, we reach our second milestone. So we are now a worthy village, so it unlocks some policies and some new services. We have a police department now and a fire department. Perfect. And we can specialize in certain things now. Ooh, we have a new commercial specialization, organic and local produce. Ooh, awesome. New buildings, firehouse, police station, firehouse again, and a police station. Sweet. So let's go ahead and build a firehouse. So it's very important to build a firehouse in the game, because the buildings, they level up. And so when buildings burn down, they reset back to level 1 or level 0, I guess. Level 1. So if you build a fire department and a fire happens in your city, when a fire occurs, obviously the fire department will put it out, and when it does that, you get to keep your building's level. So definitely build a fire department as early as you can. Now, you don't really have to build a police station so early in the game, and maybe I will not, but You know, I mean, if you see some crime in your city, definitely build a police station, but it's definitely not as important as building a fire department. But I think I will go ahead and build a police station now, because the more city services you provide to your citizens, the happier they are. So, looks like we might have reached our electrical capacity once again. Yep, our city is growing so fast. We should consider, you know, I'm going to build a coal power plant if I have enough money, which I do not. Let's go ahead and lay down more. Oh, we don't have enough money. Let's go see if we can take out a second loan. Ah, it looks like we can. So, since we just took out a loan, let's go ahead and build a coal power plant. Now, they're very, very polluting. So, normally I try to put them at the edge of the map. So I'm just going to put it right there. So at this point, we don't even need these power lines anymore. Let's see, how much are we paying for these wind turbine? 80 a week? That's not so bad. You know what? I am going to put back those power lines, at least so that we can centralize our electrical power. There we go. All right, perfect. Let's look at let's look at some of the policies that were unlocked. So I think I would like to have a smoke detector distribution to minimize fire. Should we even bother with these for now? Probably not. We'll enable some of these policies as we have more income. Right now we don't have so much income. Enabling policies may not be a good idea, because our income is only 731 per week. So if you notice, the ground is turning kind of grayish. That's pollution. So that's why you want to build your industrial zones away from your residential zones. Because if you build them so close to each other, too close to each other, your residents will actually get sick. So let's go ahead and begin laying out some more roads in preparation to expand our city. Very nice. So we need to build more residential zones, it looks like. Let's make sure we have water. So if you guys have never played City Skylines before, I mean, now is a good time to start playing. The Green Cities DLC just came out on the PS4 and Xbox, and I know it's been out on the PC for quite a while. Hey, look at that. We reached our next milestone. Looks like we unlocked some new policies, as well as some new roads, and some new buildings. We can build high school now, that's very important. I think that's the only building I want to build right now. Let's build a high school. Ooh, what do we have here? Institute of Creative Arts. What is that? That's new. A prestigious school specializing in creative arts, educates teens, an alternative to high school. Huh. Is that cheaper to build? Upkeep $720 a week. Upkeep? No, it's not. Why is that? Student capacity 800. Oh, it has more student capacity. No, I think I'm just going to build the traditional high school. And high school tends to generate quite a bit of traffic. So I think I'm going to build them right here in the residential zone area. Let's go ahead and build more industrial zone. Looks like we need more of that. And more commercial zone as well. So it looks like we probably don't need these power lines anymore. Alright, perfect. Alright, let's make sure we're good on the water here. We are. Awesome. Ah, so peaceful. My residential zone. Did we not zone? Oh, we didn't zone these for residential yet, so let's go ahead and zone that. There we go, people are moving into town, sweet. These are always so fun to watch. Looks like there's a strong demand for more industrial zones, so let's go ahead and zone some more. There we go, perfect. Our city, it's growing. Very nice. I think I'm gonna build a park. Let's see here. A large park or a small park? How large is a large park? Oh, a large park really is large. A small park? Oh, a small park is pretty good as well. I think I'm gonna build a small park and put it right here. So the reason you want to put a park as you build your city is because you want the land value of your city to rise. And the higher the land value, the more income you'll actually make. And speaking of income, you can actually change your tax rate so you can get more money from the citizens of your city. And a good rate to set is 12%. They seem to not mind the slight increase of tax. And it's good for your revenue, so you can get more money from your city. So I'm keeping an eye out on the RCI graph, which is the graph that you see in the lower right corner, and trying to pay attention to what's in demand. Looks like there's more demand for commercial zones right now. So let's go ahead and zone another commercial zone. So I'm not really trying to build the city as fast as I can. I'm just trying to kind of build it organically and just build whatever the city needs. Besides, I just kind of like to watch the city as it grows. I'm reserving this middle part here for later on when we get the monuments, when we unlock the monuments. That's probably where I'm going to put them. Alright, well, looks like we need to zone more residential zones, because we want people to move into our city. Not particularly fond of this map because of this hill here. It makes things uneven. Anyway, let's run some water line through our map here. Let's see, where's the best way? I'm trying to minimize the overlap of the water pipes, so we don't have to pay too much money. Wow, there's a huge spike for residential zone, so let's go ahead and zone some more. Awesome, we reached the next milestone. We are now a boom town. So it looks like that unlocked the bus, the tram, ferry, some industry, some new roads, that's perfect. Some new buildings. We have a bus depot and a cemetery. Oh, that's very important. We need to build a cemetery. Alright, perfect. So let's go ahead and build a cemetery. I think I might put it in the middle. No, that's probably not a good idea. Maybe I'll put the cemetery right here. Awesome. Yeah, it's very important that you have a cemetery, because if you don't, well, where would the dead people in your city go? Even dead people need homes. Let's check out our traffic. How are we doing on traffic? At 95%, that's decent. Go ahead and move this. Maybe just here for right now. So I can put down the road right here. Let's see what's in demand. We need to construct more industrial zone, it looks like. More commercial zone, perhaps. So as you initially build out your city in the beginning part of the game, you don't really have to worry about where the zones are, because you're gonna shuffle things around, or you should shuffle things around as your city gets bigger. For example, right now I'm building my industrial zone, commercial zone, and residential zone all within this block here. That's not really going to stay that way permanently. As my city becomes bigger, I'm going to de-zone and relocate some of these zones. I'll probably keep the residential zones where it is in this part here right now, though. That's kind of pretty good the way it is right now. So we're keeping a pretty good, healthy RCI graph there, where there's a demand for everything from residential to commercial to industrial, so that's good. We always want a city where, you know, it's in demand. Let's make sure we have water in our city. We do. Let's see how we're doing on electricity. Oh, we need more power. So we're doing pretty good income-wise. We're making 4,000 a week. That's not bad. Not bad at all for a small city like ours. See, there's our first fire. Let's see if our fire department will do its job. These are always fun to watch. Awesome, they actually put out the fire. Good job, fire department. So let's check out what's new in green cities. So this one is new. I guess I kind of like this because it has a capacity of 800 students, so you don't have to keep building so many high schools. So that's something to keep in mind. As we outgrow our high school, we can build this Institute of Creative Arts. Oh, this is new. What is this? Oh, Medical Helicopter Depot. Okay, actually, that's been around since mass transit, I think. Let's see, anything new in trash? A recycling center, yes! Citizens can recycle more different kinds of ways in the city's recycling center, making less garbage pile up. Oh, perfect. I want a recycling center, yes. Definitely. I'm gonna move the recycling center next to the landfill. There we go. I tend not to build polluting power sources like this coal power plant next to the water because they'll end up polluting the water. So, yeah, I just kind of try to keep them kind of inland a little bit. Alright, look at our city. We're doing pretty good. We've got 4,300 income per week. And everything is peachy at the moment. Let's go ahead and keep constructing more roads in preparation to expanding our city. I think I'm gonna move these, I'm not even particularly fond of these windmills now, or wind turbine. I might just move this over here for right now. So wind turbine do generate noise, so you definitely don't want to build them next to residential zones. So right now we've got them in our industrial zone area, so looks like what's in demand right now. I wonder if I can move this guy like here. Let's pause the game, move that there, and then lay down the pipe. There we go. And why did we do that? So we can construct a tiny bit more of commercial or industrial zone there. Okay, awesome. Ooh, there's a huge spike for a residential zone. Let's go ahead and build some. Oh no. There's no electrical power for our... This guy needs electrical power. That's why you started seeing this icon. That means we have no sewage pipe. There we go. It's gonna go away soon. Okay, perfect. Alright, let's see. Our city's doing pretty good so far. Let's go ahead and construct more residential zones. Looks like the computer wants us to. And let's lay down some pipes. Make sure we have enough water. I think we do. We're good so far. Try not to overlap these water pipes too much. Perfect. Wow, we're making 5,000 a week as our income. That's really good for a city of this size. So let's keep growing our city. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to like zone some industrial zones where the residential areas are at the moment, which I don't want to do, because if you zone your industrial zone right next to your residential zone, some of your citizens will get sick, so we don't really want that. So we're doing really good. We're making 5,000 per week for a tiny city like this. That's pretty awesome. Oh, looks like we need more power. More power. Perfect. Come on, power. Kick in. There we go. Hey, the numbers. Yeah, I'm back, man. I actually just got the Green Cities DLC, so I'm pretty excited. This is actually my first city playing with the Green Cities add-on, so kind of want to see what's new. So like one of the things I noticed that's new is this these schools here. Institute of Creative Arts. Like, huh. Yeah, so for those of you new in the my channel here, my live stream, we're going to be streaming more of these gameplay over the course of probably like a week or so. We're going to build out the city using the Green Cities DLC. So yeah, if you want to stick around, I mean, subscribe to my channel. That way you'll get a notification the next time I live stream. Oh wow, there's a big surge for residential zones. So let's go ahead and build some more. So what have you been up to, the numbers? Gotta make sure we have water, which we do. Perfect. Let's go ahead and lay out some more water pipes in preparation for expanding our city. Again, try not to overlap them too much, but a little bit of overlap is okay. That's probably okay. Let's check out our education system. We're doing good on elementary. Oh, we forgot to build a high school. Silly us. Let's go ahead and build a high school. And that's not enough. We might need another high school. Perfect. How about elementary? So we're good in elementary. I guess I should have just built one of these newer buildings, Institute of Creative Arts. Alright, so our city's starting to look pretty good. Looks like we need more industrial zones. So I hope the residents in this area don't get sick, because I built an industrial zone right next to them. We'll see what happens. If that happens, then we'll de-zone this residential zone here and then relocate them here. Alright, let's go ahead and prepare to expand our city in preparation for growth. Let's go ahead and zone more residential zones. Uh-oh, forgot about water. Silly us. Oh, we're running out of water capacity. So let's go ahead and build more water pumps for fresh water. And more sewage pumps. Okay, there we go. Are we running out of room already? No, not quite. Oh, that's like our second fire in the city. Let's see if our fire department... Hey, look, we reached the next milestone. We're a busy town now. We unlocked oil, we unlocked tourism... Some policy, some roads. Perfect. New buildings. Let's see what's useful here. Actually, the oil power plant. That would come in handy. Did the fire department put out the fire yet? Let's see. These are always fun to watch. Oh wow, look at that. Got 4 firemen. There we go, they put it out. Awesome. Good job, firemen. Alright, let's keep expanding our city, except the way we're going to expand our city is going to be kind of... how should we expand it? This map is a little wonky, because you've got this big hill here, and then you hit the water. Let's see. Well, we can expand the city this way. Very unconventional way. I don't know if I like this or not. More residential, yes. That's good. That means people want to move into our city. Yeah, I kind of don't really like this map. I wish I had picked a different map. I don't like this hill. That's going to be like a big chunk of land that's not really usable. Maybe when I have enough money someday, I'll just like terraform that and just level it. I wonder if that provides resources. Let's see. Not really. Some ore here. And here as well. So it looks like this map, this tile is rich in ore. I should have built my residential zone here and my industry here. And it's not too late to switch them around, but... Wow, we're making 6,000 a week. That's pretty good. Looks like we need more power. More power, there we go. Let's see what our traffic situation's like. 95%, that's still pretty good at this stage. I actually want my citizens to start biking. I wonder if we can build some bike roads now. Oh, we can. Very nice. So I'm gonna upgrade our roads to have bike lanes, at least on the residential portion of the map. Try to encourage our citizens to go biking. There's a big demand for residential. So let's go ahead and zone some residential. Wow, I don't like having a map like this. How is this gonna work? I don't like the way the roads are laid out. We shall see, I guess. Let's lay this out kind of parallel to that. I don't know, it's not parallel. Can't really tell. I don't know if that's really parallel or not. It looked kind of parallel. How is this gonna work? Never had a map like this before. This is kind of a challenge. The terrain on this map is brutal. Huh. I don't know if I like that. And then I guess we're gonna do the roads like this. Let's go lay down some pipes. This is an odd-looking city. There's a huge demand for everything. So for right now, let's go ahead and build our industrial zone here. Just to keep our city growing. Yep, not too happy with the way the roads kind of turned out. Let's go ahead and build our commercial zone, maybe like here? I don't know. So for those of you new to my live stream and my channel, we're going to be doing a series of these live streams where you can see me build a city. This is the Green Cities DLC. So, you know, feel free to subscribe. That way, as I stream these live games, you can get a notification. We're doing pretty good. We're making 8,000 a week. That's not bad for a city this size. Let's check out our traffic situation. We're at 95%, so that's still pretty good for a city of this size. Let's check out our fire department. Oh, we're gonna need more fire protection in this part of the city. How about police department? I think we're gonna need more protection as well. How about our schools? Let's check out our high school or elementary school. We're pretty good there. High school, there's a huge demand for high school. I'm tempted to build one of these newer buildings from the Green Cities DLC Institute of Creative Arts. It's pretty pricey. It's $720 per week, but it has a capacity of 800 students versus the normal high school has a capacity of 1,000 students. I think I'm going to build a normal high school. Maybe on this side, or maybe on this side actually. So high schools tend to generate traffic, so you kind of want to be judicious as far as where you put them. So definitely don't put them on the road that's already very busy. It looks like there's still a huge demand for residential. Let's go ahead and build some more residentials. And I'm building roads. I actually want to build roads with some bicycle lanes on them to kind of just encourage our citizens to go biking, which will actually reduce traffic later on as your city becomes bigger and bigger. Well, it looks like we're at the top of the hour. I actually just want to broadcast a quick 1 hour gameplay of Green Cities DLC. So far, I've seen they've got some new buildings. I don't know if they're just like aesthetically pleasing buildings or they actually do something different. Like this one's pretty pricey. $720 a week for a student capacity of only 800. I mean, the high school is much cheaper, and it has a student capacity of 1,000. Yeah, so I don't know if some of these new structures in the Green Cities DLC are like better. So it's definitely something we'll have to explore as we expand our city. I'm actually thinking I might pick a different map just because I'm not too fond of this hill here, and I didn't realize that when I picked out this map here. So because I kind of like my city kind of being as close to a grid as I can, and with this hill being there, it makes things kind of challenging. But this was a pretty good tryout of the Green Cities DLC, so yeah, I think I can't wait to play more of it. Well, anyway, this is Sin. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. Thanks a lot, guys. Okay, bye.